Thursday night, man. Thursday night. ATL Flag Football Podcast, and we back in the building. Boy, Low in the house, man. I got my man, 5-star sports himself, Mr. James Reese in the building. What's up, James?
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, man. How about that, man? Happy New Year. And all that good stuff, man. We are in 2025. Time truly does fly when you're having fun, is what they say.
Definitely. And I definitely want to, thank God that I'm able to see it because, we lost a few people towards the end of the year.
Right.
And then right at the beginning of the year, we lost, some people because of the bombings. The one in New Orleans. And then the one in Las Vegas, which I was there at that one. And it's just crazy. So definitely got to be glad that we're here and we made it through.
That's facts, man. People ask me, man, how you doing, man? I always say every day's a good day, brother, because every day just is, man. Because you here to talk about it, no matter what you might be going through, man. Number one, somebody's always going through something worse. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, you still here to talk about it, so you got a chance to fix, work on whatever it is that's going on, because there are some people who will not have that opportunity ever again. And, like I said, we lost a lot of people. We lost some folks in the flag football world. I'm sure people lost people in their families and friends, man, and it's just wild, man. So you got to be thankful for every day that you're here to talk about it.
Most definitely.
And 2025, man, here we go. So things been popping off in 2025. I'm talking about
Agent Orange.
Agent Orange, man.
He is starting off with a bang. I mean, I don't even know where to start. He's doing so much, and he ain't even got the position yet. I guess before we get into the major, we can talk about the Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America.
How about that?
That'll be I can't wait to go to the Gulf of America. Like, really? Come on now. Even though, and it's funny because the Mexican president pulled up the map from before America even existed. And it was titled the Gulf of Mexico. On the map, when we were still part, before the Louisiana Purchase and the Spanish conquistadors,
right,
and all of that, it said the Gulf of Mexico. But now he's going to make it the Gulf of America. Is there no end to his stupidity?
Is there no end to it, man?
And then there's a mountain in Alaska that Obama named. It's called Denali. Well, of course, now he wants to change that.
Of course he does.
So he's trying to change that. And, he has support. Unfortunately, stupid old Marjorie Taylor Greene is right in line with changing the Gulf of America. Just because one of our stupid representatives.
She's an idiot, man. I mean, she's an idiot.
Talk about privilege at its finest.
At its highest, brother.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's facts.
So, and then we have these mysterious, four major fires, and these are like just the traditional wildfires in the forests. These are the ones in the neighborhoods burning people's houses to ash.
To ash.
Nothing left but dust and, flames. And experts have said it's, almost virtually impossible for these four fires to happen in these four different places at the same time. And coincidentally, they happened in these rich areas of the people that didn't support, the upcoming president. Mm-hmm. And wow, what psychic powers he had to be able to predict this in his speech when he was trying to win people over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who could know that he was going to predict that the exact fires he said would happen, that haven't happened in forever, never happened, would happen immediately right before he took office?
Right before he took office.
Wow.
Right before he took office.
You know?
That's amazing, ain't it?
And then it's amazing that someone decided to blow up a car at his hotel a few days before that to deflect and get the sympathy flowing for him. Interesting.
Indeed.
Agent Orange.
Indeed.
You know, I had my line brother is over there, and I had a couple of close frat brothers. You know, and I was calling them word, you know, because a couple of them live like 15 minutes from where it's happening. And the thing about it is, you know, these mysterious wildfires could have been started to target, but you don't know how they can change based on the wind and the weather.
Right.
And now you maybe end up hitting areas that weren't planned.
Weren't even targeted, yeah.
By Mother Nature.
Yeah. And that's just, it's absolutely devastating, man. I mean, what it's doing to these places, man, to see these homes just literally burnt to the ground.
And of course, we know that most of them all have insurance, but you can't replace memories.
Yeah, you can't.
And treasures and valuables.
Yeah, that's
and,
facts.
You know, it's crazy. And then, how do you blame the governor for this? How do you blame a governor for what was supposed to be a natural disaster?
That's the stuff, man, that you don't like this guy anyway. But that's what, when he does stuff like that, man, it is. I mean, and he does it just ruthlessly. But yeah, you blame the governor, and this is not the time for that. And you've already won the presidential race. So why what's the point of that? Why wouldn't you be presidential at this point and be sympathetic? But no, not this guy. You want to use this as an opportunity.
Everything is political. So he wants to now blame the governor so that he can get rid of him. And be like, see, if you had a Republican governor, Mother Nature wouldn't have burnt this down. But Mother Nature is also against the Democrats.
Right.
So, you
How
know.
about that? How about that?
Dummy. It's just sad to think that he would stoop to the levels that he's stooping.
Yeah, it is.
To cause this much destruction
to
the people.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
And then, let's talk about the things that he said he was going to do. Starting with the mass deportation. Oh, wait a minute. Now his people saying, we can't do that. It would severely cripple the economy. It would hurt the American economy. The farmers say they'll have no more workers.
That's what they say.
They can't do that. So, sorry, yeah, I lied. I knew y'all would believe it, but I lied, you know. And, let's get rid of affirmative action. But, you know, I was just talking about it now. The Asians are suing Harvard, Princeton, and Yale because the black people's enrollment was supposed to have dropped. But instead, theirs have dropped, and blacks have remained the same. But now they want to sue? Well, what was you had affirmative action to protect you, but you got rid of it.
Got rid of it.
But now, you realize that you were the threat, not the blacks. Oh, and those taxes he was going to cut? Yeah, did you see the scale? It was so funny that he listed it, poorest to richest. And the poorest bracket was $28,000 or less. Their taxes went up $1,400. The highest bracket was $900,000 or more. Their taxes went down $36,000. But this is who y'all voted for because you didn't want a woman.
Oh, yeah, or you didn't vote at all. So you basically voted for him because you didn't want a woman.
You didn't want a woman. And all I keep hearing is that, the woman would have put us at war. I'm like, really? This man gonna put us at war.
This man's gonna put us at war. He wants it.
There's something going on with Canada. I didn't get to research the whole story, But he's doing something to where I saw the Canadian president was like,
Yeah,
well,
he wants to take over some parts of Canada.
we're going to cut off the energy supply in parts of the U.S. that the Canada supply the energy for. So now those people will be without power because of him. This is the.
It's amazing, for sure.
I just don't know what we're in for. I fear now that it's going to be worse than what we
even predicted.
we
right?
even suspected. Going to be worse.
Speaking of worse, what do you think about the firing of Antonio Pierce and Mayo? These black coaches who got a 1 year basically a 1 year contract. They fired them in 1 year. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, so here's the thing. Gerard Mayo, I felt was that was I don't think that was right. I think he didn't have enough pieces. You didn't provide him with anything. You know, you went and bought all great value mixes, but you expected a 5-star cuisine. So I don't think Gerard Mayo's firing was the right thing. Antonio Pierce, on the other hand, I just don't think he was a good coach.
Hold on 1 second, real quick. Yeah, Gates, you're right about that too, man. He was talking about how that white dude didn't shake Kamala's hand. Yes, that was so disrespectful, man. I wish somebody would have. I mean, just act like she wasn't even there. Just dismissed her. This is still the vice president of the United States. You just dismissed her. And how is that not people not enraged about this? This should be like on all platforms. That is so disrespectful. Had somebody would have done that to one of their people,
Oh, it's been all over the news.
boy. You right, Gates. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I just saw Gates' comment. That pissed me off when I saw that.
But,
So you say you don't think Antonio Pierce is a good coach at all?
I just, when I looked at the two teams for the little bit that I saw, I just think he was in over his head, Antonio. I'm not sure. I mean, again, of course, 1 year is not necessarily enough time to totally determine that. But then you got to look at some of the coaching ethics and the things that maybe they expected. Because, while taking a nap on a plane isn't necessarily the worst thing you can do, but I guess maybe they looked at it, there could have been other things you could have been doing versus taking a nap on the plane after the game, especially in losses. But I just wasn't feeling him as a coach. So, him, I don't know about. But the Mayo situation, I definitely think that he deserved another shot.
So Mayo is the one that was playing cards on the plane with the player after the loss, not Antonio Pierce.
No, Antonio was napping.
He was napping. Well,
He was
Mayo,
going to
well, they
sleep.
dogging out Mayo for playing cards with his
cards.
players after a loss.
Wow.
But let me say this. I think Antonio Pierce is the one who got screwed the most because keep in mind, Antonio Pierce was giving Gardner Minshew as your starting quarterback. What were your expectations with Gardner Minshew as your starting quarterback for the Raiders? They got rid of their running back. They got rid of their receiver. The best player on the Raiders was a rookie tight end, Brock Bowers.
Yes, he was
best.
He was balling.
That was the best player on your team. Was a rookie tight end, not even wide receiver, not running back. A rookie tight end was the best player on your team. So what were the expectations of your team?
But I don't think that he got fired for how the team performed on the field. I think it was more overall his coaching ethics and how they just didn't see the leader in him that they wanted to see. Because again, let's be real, who did Mayo have in New England?
He had, but the difference is he was given a first round draft pick quarterback.
Who?
Drake Mayo. Drake May was the starting quarterback for the Patriots. First round pick.
How did he do?
He did so. He showed flashes. And but he was still had was Jacoby Brissett as the backup. So you had some veteran leadership who had some experience and has won before in this league as a backup and a first round pick. Antonio Pierce had Gardner Minshew.
Well, no, I felt like both the teams' rosters were garbage. I just think there was more to it off the field and in the office than on the field. Antonio Pierce.
But you don't. To me, that's one of those conversations. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's one of those situations I would think as an owner. And if you're giving a head coaching job to a black guy just to say, look, I did it, guys. I found it, I did it. You know what I mean? And that's what it appeared to be. Mm-hmm. Because other than that, you wouldn't have fired them when you knew you had absolutely nothing to work with. Mm-hmm. And you're a rookie coach with nothing to work. They never give the black coaches those loaded teams.
No.
The black coach always gets the team that's struggling, bottom of the barrel. Mm-hmm. Now fix it. If you can't fix it, see, we gave him a chance. And that's all this was.
No, I agree.
But you could have either taken Antonio Pierce and Mayo in and said, look, this is what we saw this year. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna help find a coordinator or a passing coordinator. We're gonna help you develop because maybe your staff, you picked your guys that you know, but it may not have been the best people for this particular job. We're gonna help build a staff around you. That's what. If you really in for that coach, that's the kind of stuff you would do. You wouldn't just fire them after 1 year. That junk is hot guard. But yet Dabo, who the Giants have made the playoffs since 2011 or something, junk? This guy been there 3-4 years. You got rid of all, and he keeps his job? It's like, come on, man, how is this possible? But you guys got 1 year? 1 year. That's horrible.
I get it,
horrible.
and even more so with the Mayo, how they was like, oh yeah, I made the mistake, and he was just a placeholder and all of that stuff, and so that's
you basically telling him that the guy wanted wasn't available at the time.
Basically, yes.
Now he's available, so that's what I'm going to get.
And like you said, I gave him a chance, it didn't work, so now I can move on.
Yeah.
That's what I definitely feel the Mayo situation was. I just think with Antonio Pierce, there was just more to it than the production on the field. The lack there of production on the field. But I get it from his demeanor. Do not get the breaks that these other people get.
Right.
Even with my team, like he should be gone. Why is he still there? You want
to let the man talk to the Chicago Bears.
Like
he chucked the man off. Yeah, you go talk to him if you want to.
Well, he couldn't because he under contract.
But he could have given him that. But he said in one interview, yeah, he should go talk to him. But yet you denied the permission to go talk to him.
Exactly.
So now you're saying I'm gonna wait till the 14th when you out of contract. But if you go talk to him, you're not gonna get a contract. That's Johnson. Yeah, that's
like I wish he would leave.
Your guy played
but I don't
ball.
think he's leaving because the Jets are interviewing everybody. Anybody that looks. I think they sent Dwayne an interview request, but they didn't send one to Mike McCarthy. That's a telling sign to me. When you're just scraping the barrel for an interview, but then you don't interview Mike McCarthy, kind of sort of let me know he's gonna stay, or either Jerry is just being spiteful. But I do feel bad. Now I'm glad the Falcons did not get rid of Raheem, because I went to that last game, right, and I'm sitting there looking at them like, oh, they mad about Kirk. Because I said, but I remember watching y'all was swag surfing with him.
Yeah.
Like, it was all good, But now, all of a sudden, he came in, he's the best thing, we so glad. But then, all of a sudden, he trash, blah, blah, blah. I still think he was hurt in some kind of way. I don't think he was fully healthy.
Wasn't fully healthy.
At all.
Yeah.
And so now the coach, the GM came out today and said that, yeah, it was our plan to let Penix sit, but we're going to go ahead and make him the starter.
God.
And Cousins will be the backup.
Yeah.
So, which means that they're going to shop him around.
Absolutely.
And I think there'll be some takers.
There will be.
Definitely think there'll be some takers.
It will be, for sure.
We saw what he was when he wasn't as injured. He was looking like, the Kirk Cousins they was buying. I can see the Raiders picking him up.
Why not? Right? Why not?
Yeah.
But it'd be crazy. It depends on who they draft. You know, but the Raiders messed around and won a couple games at the end, so they went from the number 1 pick to the number 6 pick. So you know, those top quarterbacks may not be available for them, so they could go get a.
When they let him do the interview, did that make you think, okay, yeah, he's not gonna get fired? Because they fired him the day after they let him go out there and talk about his plans for the future.
Yeah. I think it was something else. I don't think the original plan was to fire him. It's hard based on that scenario. It's like, but it seemed like something just happened. Then the very next day,
That's why
fired.
I believe it was not the on the field thing. It was something else, more to that we don't know about, probably will never know about.
You know what I think it is? I think between both of them, I think they looked at those black men and felt like we already have our franchise quarterback in the Patriots. We're about to go get our franchise quarterback in the Raiders, and we don't think you're the guy to develop them. That's what I think. We're gonna bring in a coach that we feel like can develop, and we don't think you can do it. That's what I think.
Now, but I also heard that Tom Brady had something to do with Antonio Pierce.
I mean, he's part owner. I'm sure he has a. I'm sure they talk to him. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Which would go into what you're saying about, yeah, he not good a quarterback coach. I'm a quarterback, and you ain't it.
Yeah, I'm gonna find somebody to develop my new quarterback, my new play toy. So, I just think it sucks, though. I think it sucks, and you're right, Tyree. It's not new, but it just sucks. You know what I mean? I just hate that these brothers don't get at least give them a 2 years, 1 year, man. What do you expect in 1 year? What do you really expect in 1 year? So anyway, all right. Let's jump in this flag football world, man. James, you had some action going on. We watching somebody in the back, man. You had a tournament. We got Nationals is coming up right around the corner. It's the last podcast before Nationals gets down, man. That time of the year where it's 2 weeks before the biggest free agency of flag football. So
so we had our Christmas Cash tournament, which was an all 7-man tournament. It was a good day. It was supposed to rain. Heard it rained everywhere else in the city but at the field.
How about that?
We didn't get a stitch of rain. My mom called, said it was pouring down. I'm like, ain't no rain out here, Mom. So
wow.
That was a good thing for us. Good tournament. And came down to FML, and they hate us in the championship. And FML won the tournament. My Justice League team, we made it to the semifinals. Did a great job. I mean, for us having played together the first time, I think, I tell people all the time, athleticism can get you only so far versus chemistry and experience.
Sure.
And I think, the team athleticism got us to where we was at, but the team we faced had a lot more chemistry and experience playing together because they were, an actual team.
Right.
And I think they made a few little adjustments here and there to win the game because we put up 20 points every single game. Except that game. But it was a great game. It was a great day. Shout out to FML who won it. And we debuted our new Christmas Cash trophy. I think they all liked it.
I saw that. That was dope.
A Christmas tree with the money decorated all around it. Cool. So FML is gonna hopefully take the momentum from that championship and go to nationals and possibly win. So shout out to them. Good luck. Good luck to all the teams that was in the
championship score.
The championship score was a lot.
Really?
I think that game was 25-14 14, I believe. I think it was 25-14, but
Okay.
it was a good game. It was a good game. Good day. Yeah. Trying to figure out. I thought I had it right here. Malware. This site is blocked. Huh. What's going on here? Yeah, interesting. Well,
I wonder if there's gonna be some excitement in this fourth quarter because this game right here. It reminds me of the Arizona State Texas game though. You know, I went to that game. You know, I go to the Peach Bowl every year. While James is looking for that, I was just chopping this up. But I go to Peach Bowl every year, and that game was a snoozer too. And then all of a sudden it was 24-8 Texas, and we all thought the game was over with. And Arizona State said, "Nah, not so fast, my friend." So maybe this game would turn out like that and turn into a double overtime game.
so
Right
let me
now, it's
ask
pretty
you this.
boring.
Speaking of this particular game, do you think we would have had a different matchup if Carson Beck
No.
had not been injured?
I think it would have been a little bit different. But Carson Beck ain't played great this year. But the problem with Carson Beck most of the year has simply been the receivers can't catch the ball. And that's what happened again in that game. The receivers can't catch the ball. So, you know, if you can't catch the ball no matter which quarterback throwing it to you, then there's a bigger problem. So, you know, yeah, it may have been a little bit different just from a team confidence standpoint, but I don't think the kid did bad. But, you know, he still had, how many drops he had in that game? 4? All big ones. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, this college football year was predictable to be in terms of you didn't know who was gonna win it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Nobody's really played dominant all year long this year. There was not one team you was like, man, it's theirs to lose. You know what I mean? Right now we can say Ohio State is theirs to lose because they turn it on now, but they ain't been like that all year. And I still ain't confident in that quarterback. You know, if somebody put some pressure, somebody hit that quarterback in the mouth a few times, you gonna get the same results that Big Blue gave him.
And what about Carson Beck's?
The O-line was suspect. Yeah, ATL will make league only because of his brother. yeah. ATL had that. He had that heads up on the league play. O-line was suspect. I agree, but this wasn't the Georgia team. And but let's face facts, man. This is why Nick Saban retired. You know, college football is gone the way we knew it. You know what I mean? When recruiting isn't the key factor anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, now it's the NIL and transfer portal. That's what teams are based on. That's why Indiana was all of a sudden good. Who knew Indiana? That ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? But they were able to they were already bring in all these 21, 22-year-old kids in the transfer portal. You know what I mean? So, you know, college football is just the landscape of it has changed tremendously. And you know, it's gonna be interesting like this for a while because just because you had the number one recruiting class, you know, that was Alabama's feeding grounds for all these years. Number one recruiting class. That ain't gonna get it no more.
Yeah, you can't get it no more. So but that's what I was just saying about Carson Beck deciding to hit the transfer portal.
No,
and there they saying
he cleared for the draft.
No, he withdrew from the draft.
Did he?
And said he's going back to college and he's going to the transfer portal.
And
now University of Miami is the leading school to get him, and he might take an NIL deal worth of about $2 to $3 million.
That's a smart move on his part. I didn't know that. Yeah, I said Tyrese had the same thing going to college because he won't see that money in the league. He ain't lying because he's going to the league now. That's hey, his stock dropped. I mean, his stock drops. Yeah, that's a smart move on his part. That would have shot the old boy from Alabama. He better rethink that junk unless you plan on changing positions.
Who?
Milroe.
Oh, Jalen Milroe.
Who would draft him as a quarterback? Yeah, I mean, I don't see how he would be drafted as a quarterback. What team is going to draft him as a? You're drafting him as a quarterback that you know is not going to be starting from your team. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be no. He'd be. I don't know.
You don't think he's developmental either?
No. Milrose was a running back playing quarterback. Just be honest.
What they claim Mike used to be.
Yeah. No.
I found that final score was 25-0.
Oh wow. Yeah. They kicked their butt. They kicked their butt.
You know, but again, that's another. FML is another well-oiled machine with you know, a group of guys that play together. And there weren't a lot of them. I think it was like maybe 12 or 13 of them. But they play together enough to be able to, you know, feed off of one another. So we got Nationals. It's here. Less than a week away.
Yeah, literally.
You guys ready? You excited about it? You know, what are you expecting this year?
I mean, you know, at this point, you're as ready as you're gonna be. You know, I think we're excited. You know, we got a lot of little work in on Sunday. That's the first time we've gotten together since the last game we played. Mm-hmm. So, I think we got some stuff we can get done, man. You know, Nationals like any other football, man. It's a game of matchups. You know, you gotta hope you catch the right matchup at the right time and get to clicking. You know, I think we play our game, we're in any game, no matter who we play. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we just gotta play our games, stay into it, don't turn the ball over. We'll be fine. I think defensively we can match up with anybody in the country. I've always felt that way. So, but yeah, we're excited, man. You know what I mean? See what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess we can go through some of the brackets and talk about some of our local teams.
Let's do that.
We'll start with probably the largest format in the tournament, which will be 8-man D3. They're rolling out 30 teams this year. And we had the captain that was capped.
Yeah, I thought it was 7:30 in the morning, Tyree. Oof.
So, from Atlanta, we have Georgia Raiders going down there. Mm-hmm. Well, shout out to Georgia Elite first for being the number 2 overall seed.
I forgot.
They probably could have been number 1, but 4TF did a little bit more stuff during the year that kept them out of the number 1 spot. But so we have at 10 a.m. on field 6, we have the Georgia Raiders versus the Renegades, the number 16 versus the number 17 seed, which is kind of sort of, you know, seeding wise an equal matchup.
This is D3.
This is D3, 8-man D3.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with the Renegades. I don't even know where they're from. But you know, I think this is the Raiders' second year going down there. I think you know, they took the first year to kind of realize what it was that they were getting themselves into, and I think this year they'll probably be more focused, taking it a little bit more seriously, going down there a little bit deeper. I think they realized that, and you know, I mean, that should be an even match game, but I suspect the Raiders could pull that one out. Going on at 11:10, we have Rare Form, the number 8 seed, versus Weapon X, the number 25 seed. I think that's one of them names that you just don't pay attention to. Again, I don't know who they are, but Weapon X, it definitely sounds like a new team that just put something together.
Sound like a young team. Weapon X.
But again, I don't know who they are, so I don't.
Is that a Marvel character?
Maybe they can't be messed with.
But
I
remember my teammate no more.
I'm confident that I think Red Form should be able to pull that one off as well. They definitely retooled and they're going down there, with the full squad. But one of the things that I'm gonna pause right quick. Some people don't believe when you tell them what's going on. We told them that the games were gonna be on Thursday. People are still planning to arrive on Friday. And when you're playing double elimination, you might come down there on Friday for one game. Well, half of the people coming down there for one game. So I would think that you would take it more seriously if you're going to spend that much time to go. Get down there on Thursday when they tell you we're going to be down there. And I think a lot of the 8-man D3 teams going to be in that predicament. So
D3 is playing on Thursday?
10 o'clock. Well, they're not the only one, but yeah.
I thought just small ball playing on Thursday.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
9 women, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, it ain't just small ball. Like, we have so many more teams this year with so many more formats. So it's just no space.
But again, this didn't just happen last week.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
We've been telling them all year.
Okay,
It didn't happen last year. We told them they was playing on Thursday.
Yeah.
Then what happened was the schedule worked out that only half of the teams had to play on Thursday. We told them this year, all the D3s playing on Thursday. And every single D3 team is playing on Thursday because, again, you got 30 teams. So,
So 8-man, so all the 8-man double elimination, not just D1.
Yeah, all of them.
Okay.
In Nationals, 8-man is the only
8-man is the only format.
Format that's double elimination. Everything else is pool play. So, I foresee Red Form winning that one. Then we got the 9 seed Outsiders playing the number 24 seed Alter Ego. My bad, Toast. I'm just saying, but I believe Outsiders are gonna handle Alter Ego very easily. Alter Ego's out of DC. That's one of the other directors. That's his team.
Okay.
Sorry, Toast. My team's just better. I sorry about that. And then we have DOA at 13 versus the Warriors AC. They'll also be playing at 10 o'clock.
Warriors AC is a D3 team now?
Oh, you know who they are?
They used to be one of the best teams in the country back in the day. Warriors AC used to be. They used to come down in the Polo Ground days. One of our first guys, remember we played Warriors AC in the Polo Ground, man. They had 3, not 1, not 2. They had 3, 6, 5 receivers on their team. 3. They were the wristband on the thing. What I'm doing, I was like, yeah, there were 3 of them on one team. Yeah, man, and all of them were legit. So they didn't. I saw it with D2 a couple years ago. I know they went out to D3s. Maybe they reformatted.
Maybe those guys are older now.
Yeah, they definitely. They definitely old.
At some point, you might used to be D1, but age might drop you down a big time.
That's true story.
So yeah, we got them at 10 o'clock on field 5. I'm sorry, the Outsiders will be at 11:10 on field 2. So Red Form and Outsiders will play at 11:10. And then DOA and Raiders will play at 10 o'clock. And so I don't know about Warriors AC. And based on what you're saying, they're clearly not who they were.
No.
So, I mean, just based on seeding, I would have to give it to our DOA people. But
I'm just glad to hear we got that many teams going down there. That's cool.
Now, that's on that side of the bracket.
There's more.
Georgia Elite is on the other side.
Oh, wow.
So now that's crazy, and I try to explain to people about how points work. When you're going in double eliminations, you're going to get seeded by points.
Period.
And the brackets are already preset. You can go to pull that off the website anywhere and see what seed is going to play what seed. And it just so happened, points-wise,
wow,
4 of the 5 Atlanta teams all ended up on the same side of the bracket.
Wow.
So,
Well, at least they didn't have to see each other first game.
So now
that's a good thing.
In the second round, because Georgia Elite doesn't play until the second round, they'll play the winner of Primetime out of Ohio's versus Reapers. I don't know who they are. And they'll play that game at 1:30 on field 6. So majority of all Atlanta games in D3 will be on either field 5 or 6. So if you're coming down to look for your Atlanta teams, go to field 5 or 6. Most of the games will be there.
So Georgia Elite don't play on Thursday then?
They play at third. Oh, everybody's playing. They're just not playing until 1:30.
Oh.
Yeah, because
they're doing 2 rounds on Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
It's 30 teams, Angelo. So yeah, Georgia Elite.
What time the games on Thursday? The first game, so they all day Thursday.
The first 8-man D3 games are at 10 o'clock.
Morning.
In the morning.
Wow.
But there are some 8 o'clock games outside of this format at the bottom. But yeah, so
it's all in on Thursday, okay?
And so yeah, so Elite plays like I say, Thursday at 1:30 in the afternoon on field 6.
Okay.
And so now the interesting thing is if Outsiders and Rare Form both win, then they will play each other for their second game on Friday at 6 o'clock on field 1. So I just hate that for them. That, I mean, you do get to see one other team, but the next round, somebody's going to go home.
Yeah.
That's go to the loser
bracket. Yeah, that's how it works.
And then if Raiders would face, if they win, they would face the number 1 seed 4TF on Thursday at 1:30. So they will play at the same time as Georgia Elite, and they'll be on field 3, and Georgia Elite would be on field 6. So they'll be across one another.
Okay.
So, that's going to be, I see, if I had to take a stab at it, I think I would put Georgia Elite and probably Hart in the semifinals on that side of the bracket. On the other side, I would see 4TF going against one of the Atlanta teams.
One of the Atlanta teams.
Listen, I can't even. Oh, he don't believe in that.
No. You did the right thing there, Commissioner.
One of the Atlanta teams.
Yeah, you did the right thing. You did the right thing.
I think that'll be our final four in that. Would love to see.
From what I've seen, I can say it. You can't say it, but what I've seen, I think if the Outsiders show anything they've shown to here, they should be able to hang around. And Rare Form is an upset waiting to happen. They can upset,
But see, Rare Form and Outsiders were going back and forth.
That's what I'm saying.
Until they went up.
I'm just saying, look like Outsiders is maybe to me, just maybe.
Well, they did because Rare Form lost players last season.
Okay.
So they had some internal rearrangement.
Yeah.
And whereas Outsiders kept the same core.
Yeah.
And so they let them jet the extra season. But
I'm saying I think Rare Form could upset somebody.
I know what they have going, so I definitely think it could be there.
Be competitive.
But I know what Raiders got. So that's why I say it should be an Atlanta team versus 4TF.
How many games they got to win to get to the semifinals in D3?
Well, Raiders, Outsiders, and Rare Form has to win 1, 2. They have to win 3 games. The third game would be in the semifinal.
Third game be the semifinal?
Okay. No, I'm sorry, 4.
Okay.
They had to win 4 games to get
to the third game. That's sweet.
I tell you that. I'm sorry, 4 games to be the semifinal, and that'll be the semifinal. And then,
Okay.
And Georgia Elite only has to win 3.
3 games.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, they only have to win 3. So I definitely expect Atlanta to be in a championship game and very easily could win it. If Raiders send 4TF to the losers bracket, then that, in my opinion, makes it easier for it to be Atlanta versus Atlanta in the championship game.
Which would be super sweet.
Yeah, because like I said, I believe Hart will be Georgia Elite's biggest competition to stop them from winning it in their bracket. So in D2, we have 3 teams. We have Predators. We have Smoke. And we have Joe World. And the brackets for that,
You said, give me those names again.
Joe World, Georgia Smoke, and Predators.
Okay.
So the first game of the day on Friday, good Lord, will be Georgia Smoke at Bad Intentions at 7:30 in the morning.
Hey, first game.
When I tell you we have a lot of teams this year, we have a lot of teams. This is the most teams
Tyrese said, he said they start off first thing. I know they start off first thing with
a team that they're very familiar with.
Yeah.
Because I know Gates have always said to me that every tournament they go to, they always got to play Bad Intention. And it's always in the beginning. So, Smoke is 8, Bad Intentions is 9. And
to me, it's not a bad thing, though.
They will open up at 7:30. And then you have Joe World. Oh, I'm sorry, that'll be on field 1. Joe World will open up against the Disciples, also at 7:30 on field 4. And then we have Predators will also open up at 7:30 on field 2 versus True Goons. So all Atlanta teams will be in action at 7:30 on Friday morning.
Wow.
Joe with Smoke and Bi, that's a back and forth battle. Every time they play, either team could win. But I think I like at 1:00. I like Georgia Smoke.
But Penn State came right back down the field at them boys.
At 7:30, when Georgia Smoke is seasoned, bones don't tend to work that early in the morning. But they have it. They have the talent.
Sure.
Because of course at quarterback you ain't got to do but so much. Just throw the ball. I think that's gonna be a really close game. But I give Georgia Smoke the edge in that one. Joe World and Disciples.
As long as Smoke come with everybody, they should be fine. They need to just make sure, hopefully, everybody's there. That's the key.
Exactly. And let me. This is another thing. Please don't get on the road at 1:00 in the morning and try to get there for a 7:30 game.
Yeah, that's
not
a good
cool.
move.
Even if you make it on time, your body's still not rested and in the condition you need to help your team.
Yeah, not a good move at all.
Again, we didn't just throw nationals on you 2 weeks ago. Everybody should be off by now. So I think I want to give Smoke the edge in that one. Joe World's gonna face they got a little stiffer road ahead of them. Being the number 12 seed, they're gonna face Disciples at number 5. But again, they got a lot of young people out there full of energy, just want to lead. I think they could easily come away with that victory. But again, everybody got to be there. I don't think that.
Who's QBing for them? Do you know?
Well, they have both QBs that I know of. Leno and Bryce.
Leno is going. That's kind of what I was asking.
Yeah. They have both of them. So I suspect that it should be business as usual. And then Predators at True Goons. Predators are the 7 seed. True Goons are the 10. You want to cover that one?
What?
That matchup?
Predators and True Goons?
Uh-huh.
No, I mean, I think that's a tough game.
I don't know True Goons.
True Goons been around a minute, too.
Yeah, I don't know them.
Yeah, they've been around a minute, too. So that's a good matchup. But again, I would say the same thing for the Predators. You know, if they loaded, Predators would be a hard out.
Everybody show up on time.
Yeah, everybody show up.
And
They'll be
I
hard
ain't
out.
gonna lie, with my Atlanta teams, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Who not gonna be there on day one, and who gonna show up an hour before the game.
Yeah.
And that's just because that's what I see every year.
Yeah.
But again, a loaded Predators team, everybody there on time, Billy leg working.
Yeah.
You know.
And then that early in the morning, they don't have to worry about, because a lot of these teams have
floating
players.
away.
There you go. A lot of these players got guys playing all these different formats. So 7:30 in the morning, they should be straight. They should have a whole squad there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right. So if we push all of our Atlanta teams to the second round in D2, no one will be playing each other. That's a good thing. If Smoke goes through, they're most likely going to be playing neighborhood bullies because the number 16 seed is Dick Agate Florist.
Okay.
It's a sponsored team.
I assumed.
And I believe that one is out of Vegas.
I assumed they were going to be a
So,
sponsored squad.
I don't see them giving the bullies a fight. And so then you would have Smoke going against the bullies. If Joe World pulls that out, they're going to go against the winner of Built for Prime Time and the U. I saw Built for Prime Time at Brawl for It All. I've seen the U. I would probably say they would be going against Built for Prime Time if I had to make a guess. And then Predators would go against the winner of...
Are they the one that had that dude that was a maniac on the field?
Who?
Double prime time.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Dude was an idiot.
And then Predators would go against the New Wave because I'm just not even going to pretend whoever the Mustangs is are going to be a challenge for New Wave. So Predators' second round game will be tough. Now New Wave is an extremely legitimate tough team. So they're the number 2 team in the division, and I could easily see them being in the championship game. Atlanta would not see Atlanta until Saturday at 11 a.m. without losses.
Okay.
That would put Joe World against Georgia Smoke. And Predators is on the other side of the bracket. So they would only see Atlanta in the championship if they don't lose.
Right.
So my top 4: Neighborhood Bullies, New Wave, Joe World, and see, I think Smoke has the harder path to stay out of the loser bracket because they have to play Bad Intentions and Neighborhood Bullies. Although they get a whole day. Now that's crazy. If they win on Friday at 7:30 in the morning, then they don't play until Saturday at 8:40 in the morning. So, I mean, that helps because that lets their players play all those other formats. But would you want that long of a wait? I think for me, I would rather play that night versus the next day.
Yeah, if the option was that night versus the next day,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
Yeah.
you know, as much rest you can get between for us knowing that we don't have a whole lot of guys playing a whole bunch of different formats. I wouldn't mind at all. Interceptor gave the ball right back to them. But these two teams, boy, they need to just stop throwing. Oh, got a flag
But I
down.
think we got a good chance.
But no, I like Smoke, man. I think Smoke is a I like Smoke and Predators coming out, man. I really do. I think both of those teams teams loaded are dangerous. They're battle tested. They got all the weapons. You know, if they keep, especially for Smoke, if they keep mellow heads, you know what I mean? If Gio stays in that groove, because Gio get to cooking, he's hard to stop. If he get to cooking, he's hard to stop. So, pass interference.
If Predators get past New Wave, then I don't think there'll be anybody to stop them from going to the championship. But I think New Wave is going to be a big, big challenge for Predators because they're really good.
Yeah.
On the other side, I think Bullies is the test for Smoke. I think Joe World, has an easier path to advance to the semifinals. But with Bad Intentions and Bullies being Smoke's first two games, I'm worried about Bullies. Now, if they get past Neighborhood Bullies, then it'll probably be them and Joe World fighting to go to the championship game. But that's the team that I'm worried about is the Bullies. And that would be for either Smoke or Joe World. But I mean,
I'm sure Joe World is loaded as well. I don't know who all they got. Between. I know they had some additional players. I don't know how many of them stayed gone. I don't know any of that stuff. So I'm sure you know the roster. So, but yeah, I like the other two. I just think they're more battle tested and with the veteran players. But
now
it should be
definitely
good.
Joe Smoke is more battle tested. But like I said, for me, they got to come out the gate playing the number one seed.
Hey.
And the team that's basically equal to them, that's familiar with them.
Hey.
And they're familiar with them too, so that can be an advantage on both sides. But
yeah, absolutely.
If they win them two games, I don't see why they're not in the championship game. It would be definitely theirs to lose if they come out the first two games with wins.
Yeah.
And then over to you all's.
It's that interception. Hey, Gates used to play defensive back, man. Don't it frustrate you to see the defensive backs don't even turn their head to the ball no more?
Don't even look back.
The
ball be sailing right past their ear, touching them, and they just don't even look back. Who coaches this stuff?
I hate the way they play defensive back now, man. I hate that jump. I don't see how that's an advantage to you to just keep watching the receiver come. Man, turn around.
They see them, they run, they stop. They
I don't
put their
understand.
hands up,
I don't understand how they coach this
you still
stuff.
don't even turn around.
I don't understand how they coach this stuff. That jump bugs me out. I don't see it.
So in Division 1,
Yes, sir.
Friday at 8 a.m. on field, at 8:40 on field 1, we have main event versus New Jack. Main event.
Defending champs.
The defending champs. For some strange reasons, the number 8 seed.
But they don't travel like they used to, though. Not 8-man, anyway. They play a lot of 9-man, so it's not really surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, they play a lot of 9-man. They don't play a lot of 8-man.
Okay. Well, yeah, they have.
Main event is just an extremely mature team that does absolutely nothing fancy. Mm-hmm. They got an extremely smart quarterback. They play basic football, and they don't make mistakes. And that's how they play. They don't make a lot of mistakes, and they capitalize on yours. So that's what they are, man. You ain't gonna see a whole lot of this. You know what I mean? Just ain't nothing fancy. Mm-hmm. They just play basic football, man. Quarterback very, very smart, very, very smart.
Okay. Well, yeah, I did watch the game. I saw that game last year. So, and then against New Jack, who is loaded. Loaded.
Hey.
Unless there's a mistake on New Jack's part, I would not see how they don't advance. I think they're more athletic than main event, you know.
They're definitely gonna be way more athletic, man.
And
ain't no question about that part.
Like I said, and I think this could go back to what I was saying when I opened it up: athleticism versus chemistry. But
and that's what that game is gonna be. That's what that game is gonna be.
You know,
that's a heck of a first game. I can tell you. Hey, that's gonna be what time is that game?
That's at 8:40 in the morning.
Yeah, we already be out there. We play.
So that's a heck of a first game.
That it is.
Their next game will be at 9:50 if they win against AU. That's a serious.
The other champ.
That's
the previous 3-time champion.
Opening 2 sets of games.
Well, you know, New Jack is a very confident team. You know, they're definitely battle tested. They got a bunch of dynamic athletes. They also have an extremely smart quarterback who has matured beyond his years. You know, from when KT first started playing to now, he's a different kid. You know, ain't no question. I mean, he's extremely smart. He's really learned this game. You know, he's one of them guys where you've watched the maturity. You watched him actually see the game slower, right? You know, you actually saw, okay, yeah, he see this game now. I mean, we used to play them, man. We didn't worry about him throwing it on us at all. It was all about, but now he got all, you know, he got all the tools, man. So they're gonna have their hands full stopping them, ain't no question. You know, it'd be curious to know what system they run, because those teams aren't gonna be enamored by the spread. You know what I mean? 'Cause they've seen it all before. But wasn't it AU they played in the tournament? Who was that they played in the tournament down here? They came down that pitch. They played YB that pitch. That's what
YB went to the tournament, the championship.
That's right.
Gates, I don't know what you mean when you say see how they do A. I don't know if he was talking in the chat. Or
He was talking about how they do the times and all that stuff.
Okay.
Based on their times being 7:30.
Loaded. NO says we too old to play a lot of formats. And then Yates said I'm trying to catch somebody myself, so I'm looking for the ball.
He talking about what I was talking about a receivers not defensive back not turning around.
Oh.
Yeah. I know, right?
Oh, okay.
Gay said he's trying to get his own pick.
He's trying to get his own interception.
I can't get my pick if I don't see the ball.
Yeah, definitely.
Junk is retarded, man. I hate how they coach that junk now.
So then the next matchup would be going down. We would have 4-4. They'll play at 8:40.
That's right. 4-4. Welcome to the Big Leagues,
Raiders.
Against the Raiders.
Against the Raiders.
That's a favorable matchup for 4-4. The
The
Raiders are another team that's been around a while. They got a couple good players.
They out of like Chicago,
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah. So we played the Raiders like 3 years in a row, didn't Dwayne? And it always came down to the end in a mistake. You know what I mean? We finally beat them that third time. The first 2 times we played them, though, they don't make a lot of mistakes, and that's how the A is, though, man. You can't, because the scoring is so minimal. You know what I mean? But yeah, Raiders they're a solid team, but there's a favorable matchup for them. I really do. I like their chance in that game.
Now,
just don't come sleeping on them guys because you think you're just faster than everybody else. You know what I mean? Because don't come sleeping on them now. They got a couple athletes out there that don't look like athletes. They got a white boy out there. They got a white boy. They got a white boy. They got a white boy out there.
Sneaky athletes.
They got a white boy that will light you up. Play that white boy soft if you want to. That white boy will light you up on both sides of the ball. Play him soft if you want to. He nice. He nice with it. That'll be a good game, though.
So, and if 4-4 wins that one, then they'll play the winner of UT Cobra versus STV, which will probably be UT Cobras.
I about to say that's.
Well, no, I ain't sleeping.
STV didn't play last year, right?
I'm looking at what has happened to their team.
Yeah, they didn't play.
They don't have necessarily the same team they've always
had. As long as they
had.
got what's his name? Mike. No, they got Mike, boy. They in the game. Hey, that joke, I don't care for that joker, but he good.
And without losses, New Jack and 4-4 would play one another in the semifinal. And then on the other side, no, I'm sorry, that's not the semifinal. That's the quarterfinal. The other side, we have Shockwave.
Big first down.
Playing at 9:50 on field 5 against No Lacking Entertainment.
I'm not familiar with them. They were in Vegas though, I think, weren't they? They were in Vegas.
Oh, so they
I
won
think
the
New
Vegas
Jack.
team.
I think New Jack played them, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think New Jack played them. I don't know how that game was, but I know New Jack beat them though. They beat everybody in Vegas. So
yeah, if that's a Vegas team, I'm going to go ahead and advance Shockwave to move right along. And then you guys would play the winner of Phantoms versus Cleveland Hurricanes, which I think I'll take Phantoms in that one. Although Cleveland, they were down here for havoc.
Yeah.
So I see what they got.
yeah,
Good team, but Phantoms is Phantoms.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they worked their way up. They started at 3, then 1-3, went to 2, then 1-2, now they're at 1.
Yeah, fans worked their way up.
Going
Absolutely.
for the first team to ever do it to win all 3, because it's not. Most teams don't start at D3. So, that was a move right there.
Busted coverage, boy.
But the move, because he had him right there, he couldn't
Oh
tackle
boy,
him.
he killed him on that.
But he put that move on him.
He put him all the way outside and dipped on him. He gave him the whole outside leverage. And as soon as you saw him make outside move, he dipped right inside of him. He had no more feet after that. Yeah, I want to see this cover linebacker. Put him on the linebacker. Boom. Hey, put him on the linebacker.
Oh,
Smart
his
football. That's the
moment. Look, he didn't even get up. He just sat there and looked because he knew it was
See
over.
what I'm talking about matchups, man? Matchups, man. It's matchup football. Go ahead.
And then we have we have YB versus UT Savages. I think that's a game YB should be able to win at 8:40 on field 2. The winner of that game will play Up in Smoke. So, on the other side,
Up in Smoke is another team that came a long way as well.
That's Pete's team.
That's Pete's team. Yeah, he literally built that team up.
Oh, he fell down and said.
Yeah, he literally built that team up. So,
So there's a possibility for Shockwave and YB to play one another in the quarterfinals.
that'd be dope, wouldn't it?
So it's extremely possible for Atlanta to take it all the way if everybody stays out of the losers bracket to the quarterfinals.
That's the key.
And then it'll be Atlanta.
That's the key, my brother.
So
Everybody go out there and win game 1, man. If everybody win game 1, man, your whole weekend changes. Gotta win game
give
1.
me your final 4.
And what? Hey?
So on the top side, you got AU, Main Event, New Jack, UT Cobras, STV, Raiders, and 404. So I need 2 from that group.
So AU and Main Event wouldn't play each other early on?
They
They would play each other early on?
Whoever wins the Main Event New Jack game would play one another. So those two could not be in the top four.
Between AU and main event.
AU main event and New Jack could not be in the top four because they're all going to play one another.
Wow. I mean, if I go with history, I would say AU is going to be there.
So then that eliminates main event and New Jack.
Okay.
So your other choices on that side would be UT Cobras, STV, Raiders, and 404. Only one of those teams can advance.
I would say, and this is no disrespect to my Atlanta teams, I'm rooting for them. But if I just went by, historical games and matchups, UT Cobras is probably more attuned team out of that group.
They're the higher seed in that side as well. And then the other
But
side,
UT Cobras are, if they still got that big boy at quarterback, it's just a matter how you play them. You know what I mean? That's it. No matter how you play them. If you play them right, you can beat them. The right matchup, you can beat them.
on the other side, you have Shockwave, No Lacking Entertainment, Phantoms, and Cleveland Hurricanes. Only one of those teams can advance.
Man, I like us, man. I like us.
Okay. And then on the other side, it would be YB, UT Savages, and Up in Smoke. Only one of those could advance.
I like to see YB, man. I really would. I think YB can beat all those teams.
So YB, Shockwave, UT Cobras, and AU is your final four. Dwayne, would you agree with that? All Atlanta. Okay. Okay. I don't have as much experience with a lot of those other teams, so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be some good games. New Jack is capable of beating everybody. Mm-hmm. Period. We, no front on that.
I agree with that.
It's just a matter. It's just a matter of
Who's
getting over.
Have they have?
Yeah. And getting over that hump. They haven't had a lot of success
On the first day.
Yes. So they got to get over that hump. If they get over that hump, they are can be trouble for anybody. Because like I said, KT is a different person, but they can beat anybody. Mm-hmm. Period, point blank. So I'm just going off of experience and guys who've been there, done that over and over again. You know how it is. You gotta until you beat them. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Until you beat them. But can they beat them? Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt.
And then we have surprisingly this year, we have 12 teams in the 35 and up division.
That is surprising.
We haven't had that many teams before.
That's a lot of teams for 35 and up.
Yeah. So, of course, 35 and up gets pool play. So you have Old Atlanta will go up against the Carolina OGs Friday at 4:50. And then you have Friday at 3:40, Old Atlanta will play OG Jets. I remember that team. And
yeah, Jets. Boy, the Jets used to be the most fightingest team, and they used to fight all the time.
And then at 4:50, we have the Leftovers versus STV's 35 and older.
Leftovers. That's Atlanta, right?
That's Phil.
That's Phil? Oh, yeah. Leftovers. That's too funny.
And then we have
So leftovers might be pretty loaded then, huh? That mean they gonna have OC and
the Leftovers also play Buffalo United at 3:40 on Friday. I'm trying to find. Okay. And then at 340 Big Swamp plays all Met legends. Not familiar with that team.
Really? That's Stacy. That's the only game Stacy still plays. Is the 35 and up. He usually play all Met.
Okay. And then their second game will be at 450 against Laguna Insurance.
This is Friday.
So 35 and up will play Friday between at 340 and 450. All of their games will be in those 2 hours. So both of their pool play games will be then, and I think they take 65%.
Oh, 35 and up is pool play.
Yeah. You know, they got to treat them like, the regular folk. So, Old Atlanta will decide by themselves, and then Leftovers and Big Swamp on the same side.
That's good. Both two
But
and
again, with 2 pools of
we got 4 teams right now?
3.
Oh. You said Old Atlanta. What two was on the same side?
Leftovers and Big Swamp on the same side.
And Old Atlanta's over there by
Old
themselves.
Atlanta is by themselves. Yeah, I ain't take. Yeah. So, but I think they'll take the top 4, I believe, from each side.
Well, it's good they don't have to play each other.
Yeah. So that's what our 35 and up looks like.
It's be interesting 35 and up.
And then we have our
I hate we ain't got a team in that.
8 women's D3. We have, that's also pool play. We have Georgia Savages going down. They'll open up against 804 Mafia at 120. And then they'll play their second game at 6 o'clock against the QC Lady Warriors. I like Savages in both of those games. And then we have Ground Zero playing 804 Mafia and QC Lady Warriors. They'll be making their first appearance. I definitely like them against QC Lady Warriors. And 804 Mafia, they should be able to win that game too. Looking at how they did in the season as a new team.
Are they from Virginia?
Uh-huh.
I'm about to say they better from Virginia to my 804.
Yeah.
I don't know about the 804.
So, we got a good chance at going deep in that. I believe that one of those 2 teams will win it. When it comes to the 8 women's D3. So then in our 8 women D2 division, we have Atlanta Storm and everybody else. Now we have Atlanta Storm starting off. They'll be playing. What is this? This isn't women. Storm is the number
2 seed.
But see, remember they play pool play. I mean, it's still seeded, but they play. The seeds go in different pools.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 pools. So, Storm is in the pool with. Their first game. Well, they play DMV Heat at 2:30. They play LOC at 1:20 on Saturday. Their first game is on Friday. Their second game is on Saturday. LOC is the team they lost to in Lynn Lewis. So they're looking forward to seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll also play the Virginia Vixens on Saturday. So their pool is DMV Heat, LOC, Atlanta Storm, and the Virginia Vixens. And then we
Gabe
have...
said Vibe got duped out of D3.
And then in the other division, we have Hurricanes, IC Nightmare, NTB Wolfpack, and Gridiron Gang. So we have, and then in the other division, we would have Carolina Diamonds, Georgia Vibe, Virginia Primetime, St. Louis Logos, and, well, Rebel X, Fayetteville Lady Ducks. So we have, let's see, Rebel X will play Georgia Vibe on Friday. At Friday at 12:10 p.m. And then Rebel X will play the Lady Ducks at 2:30, and Georgia Vibe will play the St. Louis Locos at 1:20. And Vibe will also play Carolina Diamonds at 4:50. Rebel X will play Virginia Primetime at 12:10.
These are all Friday as well.
They mix between Friday and Saturday. They're either going to play one game Friday and two Saturday, or two Friday and one Saturday. And then so let's see, Vibe plays Saturday at Field 3
Okay,
at
so
1:20.
folks basically told him where he could spend his money. New team, new roster, denied division change is wild business.
Field 6 and Field 4. So they play 2, 4, and 6. No, 3, 4, and 6. They got 2 games on Saturday, 1 on Friday. So, I mean,
D3.
yeah, he tried to. They wanted to play D3, but they were denied. I think this is Storm's division to lose. This is D2.
D2.
I think
Can't take a sack right there. So.
with LOC, Vibe, NTB Wolfpack,
15 yards. That'll hurt you.
IC Nightmare, Carolina Diamonds, Gridiron Gang should be in the playoffs on Sunday. They're taking more than that, but the other teams are just. Yeah, I think those will be half of the playoff teams. But I definitely feel like this is Storms to lose. They've showed, of all the teams in there, they've done the most winning,
right.
The most consistent, yeah. And again, ain't no shot against nobody else. It's just, that's what it is. Then we got our Division 1 for the ladies. Atlanta has Apocalypse, AOA, Bama Fire, and
AOA played A last time? This is the first time?
No, they won D2.
Oh, they won D2.
So this their first
right,
year in
right,
D1.
That's right.
Who's the other? I know we got another team. APOC, AOA, Bama.
You ain't gonna outrun him.
No, Bama, Atlanta Rage, and Rebels. Yeah, we have 5 teams in D1. So, APOC will face AOA on Saturday at 1:20, Field 1. AOA will play Lady Elite on Friday at 1:20 on Field 1. APOP will play Most Wanted at Field 2 on Friday at 11 a.m. What else we got? AOA will play Carolina United at 11 a.m. on Field 1. Ooh, talking about baptism by fire. APOP will play Carolina United Saturday at 2:30. Bama will play Ladies of New Era on Friday at 11 a.m. Field 3. Rage will face off against Capital Punishment Friday at 11 on Field 5. Rebels will play DC Bad Girls on Field 4 at 11 a.m. Bama and DC Bad Girls will play Friday, Field 3 at 1:20. Rage and Rebels will play Friday at 1:20 on Field 4. Rage will play Bama Fire on Saturday at 12:10. And Rebels will play New Era on Saturday at 1:20. I think there's too many. I don't know how they did their season, but with pool play and that many teams, I don't know how many Atlanta teams play each other that much. But I guess I don't know how they do the pools. So I guess it could be by ranking, and then they just split them up. You know, 1 seed going this one, 2 seed going that one. So you can end up facing each other based on your seeding. I'm assuming that's how it went. So you know, we got a lot of Atlanta teams out there coming in, and then we got our 8 co-ed. In Division 1, we have 6 teams total. And we have New Jack City will play Friday at 9 o'clock against HTX Heat. New Jack City is the number 1 seed. And then, well, wait a minute. New Jack City is the number 5 seed. And then in
They the defending champ in that one?
yeah, that's why I'm saying. But I'm looking at the matchups because over here, in that first game, it says 5 versus 1. But in the next bracket, it has 3 versus 5. And so New Jack is the only common denominator. So that's why I was saying they have to be 5. But
man, if they throw this ball, they're going to throw an interception.
they'll play some team called It's Whatever. And then we also have Dynasty.
I'd be blitzing him. I ain't think they're going to throw that ball.
Ohio Legends and It's Whatever. So
Yeah, that's what I said. If they throw that ball, it's going to be an interception. Heck yeah.
I like New Jack and Dynasty for the championship.
Yeah.
In that division.
For sure.
And then I don't know if we have a Division 2. We might have. AOA might have went. Let me see.
What I tell you? What I didn't say? If they throw that ball, it's going to be an interception. And they threw it. Bad coaching, man. You can't let that kid throw the ball, man. Run it to overtime. What are y'all doing? I told you, they throw the ball, going to be an interception. I knew that jump. Ain't no in the world. You about to lose the game because you decided to throw the ball. Ain't no in the world you threw that ball. And where you throwing it to? Where you throwing it to, son? You in a semifinal game. Where you throwing it to? I told you, he throw the ball, going to be an interception. I knew that jump was coming. I don't know why he would throw the football. That's you, James Franklin. You shouldn't put him in that position. Just ran for 15 yards. You should throw a screen. You should throw something, but throwing the ball down the field, interception. Knew it. Knew that was coming.
So we have Darkside and 8 co-ed D2. And then there's a team called Dynasty Elite. I'm not sure if Dynasty has split up into 2 teams. I think they may have because they have a lot of people. But Darkside will play Friday at 7:10 and 9:10. They'll play against a team called Alpha and a team called Florida Peaches. And then
Florida Peaches? What in the world?
And then Dynasty Elite will play Friday at 6:15 and 7:15 against Aces and Game Day Power. Never heard of either of those teams. Then
Take the sack, man. You take the sack, you go into overtime, man. You don't throw the football.
we'll throw it all the way down the field so that if it is intercepted, they're not in scoring position. Not in the middle of the field.
Bad decision. Bad decision. That's coaching right now, man. If they put themselves, listen, don't they got all 3 timeouts? Now they throw the ball. They, hey man, I'm running a draw. So that's exactly what I'm running right there. I'm just getting the field goal range, man. They better not throw that football. Hey, they better not throw that football.
How much time left?
28 seconds. That's why I said Penn State was on. You was your own 25-yard line, man. You don't run. You don't throw the ball downfield when you don't have no throwing quarterback.
You got the Eli man in the face.
Oh, they in trouble now.
We don't have any 7-man D1 teams. I'm surprised. Normally that's New Jack's format. For 7-man D2, we do have FML. They'll be playing somebody called the Elite Legends on Friday at 11:15 and Brand Me at 10:05. There's two other Atlanta teams, Power Outage Plus and Comma to the Top. So those are but they don't play.
Who you like in that one? You like FML to come out of there?
In that division?
Yeah.
I'm liking FML. But Comma to the Top is a formidable opponent. But I'm liking FML out of that. Well,
I don't like that play either, man. I'm getting the ball to my running back. You ain't stopped Love yet. Why would you do that jump? You should have ran a draw to the running back.
and then in 7-man D3, we have out of Atlanta, we have the Peach Boys, we have the ATL Warriors, we have Menace, we have They Hate Us, we have Bang Bros, all coming out of Atlanta. Of course, I would have to take Bang Bros out of that group. I would think that they'll probably will see Death Row in the championship game, which would be a rematch of Brawl for It All.
Now, Bang Bros got a lot of players on. They the ones got a lot of 8-man players, right?
Yeah. But looking at their game times,
Got them.
they better send their best blockers out there right now. So Friday at 1:35, Bang Bros will play Rated R,
Why you rushing though?
and then they'll play Arsenal at 3:55. And I think, are they only getting 2 games? 1, 2. Okay, so they're only getting 2 pool play games in 7-man. So, yeah, I like Bang Bros and Death Row to come out of there. Although, yeah, I see that. And then, oh gosh, it's so many divisions this year. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. There are 42 divisions. divisions.
Oh, really?
So I'm so sorry. We're not gonna go over all of them.
No, sir.
I will do 5-man contact because I think we might have some teams there, but that'll probably be the last division we do because it's a lot of 42 divisions. But I think that's what we have teams at. That's why I'm looking at that. We might have a few more teams in that than any of the other. I know we ain't got no guys in 6-man. Georgia Elite is playing 5-man contact, so they have their first game Friday at 11:25 against Dad Row, and then no, I'm sorry, their second game. Their first game is at 8:35 in the morning on Saturday against Quality Control, and Georgia Raiders will be playing Friday at 12 p.m. against Strictly Enemies, and then their next game will be Saturday at 9:35 against TOG. And then we have Jack Boys. Well, no, I think this them other people. I don't think that's ours. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Yes, it is. That's ours. So Jack Boys will be playing. I think that's Lando. Because there's two teams called Jack Boys. Let's see. They go block it.
Yep. Oh, we got it off. Oh,
And it curved.
curved in. Wow.
All because you decided to throw instead
I
of
decided to
run.
throw the ball, James Franklin. That's you, coach. That's on you. That's on you, coach. I'm happy for
I
Marcus
thought it was
Freeman.
about to go out.
I'm happy. Yeah, it looked like we're going to curve. Because that heat came everywhere. I'm happy for Marcus Freeman, though.
Okay, so Jack Boys will play Friday at 11:25 against SFKA, and then Saturday at 8:35 against Big Steppers.
Let you know how sorry of a coach old boy is with LSU. He couldn't do nothing. He can win no big game. Still can't.
Scratching his head. Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, you lost the game. But coach should put you in that position. Go to overtime, man, play 20 yards. 25 yards. Yeah, man. They ain't start number 10.
Yeah, so the rest of the schedules, if y'all want them, look online. Those are the major key. You know what? I'm sorry, Dwayne. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't. If I don't talk about 5 women non-contact. So, because I believe we have a couple of ladies in that format.
Jordan Clark for the pick. Say the game. Make Ryan Clark a happy dad in the morning.
Yeah. So our 5 women's contact, we have Tsunami,
What are you doing?
which is
That's a wasted play.
out of the Atlanta Storm brand. They'll play Saturday at 7:30 against Level Up, and then they'll play Saturday at 8 a.m. against Lady Legions. And then we have Bama 5 against Capital Punishment, and Bad Intentions and Bama Fire on Saturday. And those are and then Bad Intentions versus Kiss My Pass.
Kiss my pass.
Those are our 5 women contact divisions. And then our 5 women non-contact is where we have Press Her. They'll play 2 games on Friday, DMV Heat and Outlaw Immortals. We have Bad Intentions. We'll play 2 games on Friday. First one's against DMV Heat. Second one's against Level Up. Cleats and Cleavage. Oh, that's not us. And then we got Category 5 against Savage at 8 a.m. and Lady Legion at 8:30 on Friday. Okay. Definitely didn't want to get in trouble for leaving out the ladies because they
Can't leave out the ladies. Can't leave out the ladies.
But yeah, so and all the rest of the formats, like I said, you can go to the website. They're all there. But we got a lot of Atlanta teams playing football this next week coming up.
This is it, man. It's national time, fellas, ladies.
With so many different formats that we're competing in, I'm definitely expecting lots of trophies to be coming back to the A. I would say no less than 5. I think anything less than 5 would be a letdown for the city. But because we're playing in the 6 major formats, 8 men, 8 women, 1, 2, and 3. And then we got 7 man, D2 and D3. And then we got 5 women contact and non-contact. And then 5 man contact. So we at least in 10 to 12 formats. I think we can come home away with 5 at least.
That'd be sweet.
At least.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, so if anybody wants video footage, if you guys want Why Watch TV to cover your games,
I forgot to respond to you.
make sure you send me a message, DM or text me to see if there is available space for your time. We've got teams already have put in their bids, so we still have space left, but it's a first come first serve. It will require half the deposit to secure the spot, and then the final payment by the time National starts on Thursday. So just DM me either via text or on Facebook, so that I can check the schedule and book you if you want the games. Yeah.
All right.
But it's gonna be cold this year, guys. It's gonna be cold. I think the highs will be in the mid 50s. I think I might have saw 58 one day, but it's gonna be cold. And that 58 is the high, so that means when y'all playing at 8, 9 o'clock,
It ain't gonna be 58.
it ain't gonna be 50. It might be in the 40s. So make sure that you dress appropriately. Put your long johns on under those uniforms, and make sure you bring warm clothes for when you're not playing. We got some good vendors there this year. We got some barbecue vendors. We got some seafood vendors. We got some burger vendors, and one of our highlight vendors this year. I think you might want to try them out, Dwayne and Angelo.
Oh, yeah.
Wet Titties. Our Wet Titties vendor will be there, so make sure you go and check them out.
Wet titties, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over there, taste some of those wet titties and see what it's all about.
Gotta go check that out. Gotta go check that out just for the name alone. So another good year. The biggest nationals thus far. Most teams we've had. I know on Thursday, if you get there early and you don't have anything to do, go on over to Simmers Young and check out our 9 women
as they make their first national appearance.
Mm.
That'll be interesting to see if you haven't seen it before. So their games start at 2:00 over at Simmers Young. So check that out if you want to see some entertainment. But yeah, great year. Great year.
Looking forward to it, man. It is, y'all. It's Nationals time. It's the time everybody talk about it all year long. It's here. Let's get ready for it. Let's bring some hardware back to the A. Everybody be careful out there. Drive careful. If you're driving, you know what I mean? Wait till you get to your destination, do all the extra stuff. Be careful out there on them roads. That being said, man, let's bring it back that hardware, man. ATL Flag Football Podcast. And we out. Peace.